Good evening, Chancellor Gillespie and Board of Trustee members. My name is Jennifer Kalfsbeek-Goetz. I'm the Vice President of Academic Affairs at Ventura College, and it's an honor to be able to present for you today the Ventura College Marketing and Enrollment Strategies Plan. And we're entitling this Meeting Students Where They're At because we recognize that to be effective educators, it's not about building something and assuming that they will come, but really learning who our students are, who our community is, where their families are at, and meeting them where they're at so that it can be the most effective education opportunity possible. So thank you for spending a little bit of a time with us on our plan for enrollment growth and campus revitalization this evening. The foci that we'll have today are on marketing strategies, as well as our enrollment strategies that revolve really around recruitment, retention, and of course, success and equity. In terms of marketing, we're excited to share that we have contracted with an outside marketing firm to really focus on our fall marketing campaigns. Our marketing will be bilingual in terms of the messaging. Some messages will go out in Spanish, some messages will go out in English, some will have both languages. We'll do a great deal of direct mailing in our service area. We will also do some social media that's geo-targeted, but we recognize that for our students who are less focused on high-tech communication, those direct mailings will be critical. We'll market the college as a whole, but also some specific programs that hopefully appeal to those who are interested in specific career paths and jobs that are high wage, high wealth developing, as well as transfer programs that speak to the dreams that maybe they put on hold during this COVID period. Also, I mentioned that we'll possibly do radio and billboards, but we've actually committed to doing radio spots in English and in Spanish, and also committed to a couple of billboards in the Ventura and Santa Paula areas. We're also really excited to share that we're going to be hiring a new director of outreach and marketing. This person will serve as our chief information officer. And of course, in that role, we'll probably do presentations like this in the future for the board. We're looking forward to their coordinated efforts and systematic planning with our outreach and marketing team, and to do the same type of systematic planning in collaboration with the district office marketing team. In terms of enrollment strategies, one key focus, of course, is on recruitment. We are doing, and we will continue to do significant student outreach through our Pirate Fridays, where we meet with students and families to talk about opportunities at the college, mostly new students out of high school. We talk a lot about our first year experience as well as other opportunities at the campus. We do outreach within high schools, and we have recently started to expand and sort of redevelop our efforts in Ojai at the Nordhoff High School and in Piru, as well as still continued work in Ventura and Oxnard High Schools. We have our Cash for College event. We do multiple sessions of those every year, very popular for students and families to learn about all of our financial aid, award, and grant opportunities. And we are really focusing on increasing our dual enrollment opportunities this year and well into the future. We're hoping to incentivize or inspire or motivate students to come back to Ventura College or to start out their career aspirations at the college. Some ways that we're doing that are offering free short-term career prep programs, really hoping to inspire those who felt delayed or maybe lost job opportunities during the pandemic. We are partnering with our new Vice Chancellor of Institutional Effectiveness, Cynthia Herrera, and her office to offer some free short-term career prep programs to bootstrap our community members into the workforce quickly in good-paying jobs. We have direct student financial aid awards that we've talked about. Those are the COVID-supported $1,000 semester awards. Also related to that are dependent care awards for those who take care of children while also going to school, and even dependents who may be aging grandparents or parents. We're also looking at other opportunities like vouchers for students who are who can show proof of vaccination in the bookstore. Different things like that to provide opportunities for students to come back to school. We'll have multiple modes of instructional delivery and service delivery at our campus. We currently have over 400 classes with in-person sessions. They may be 100% in person or hybrid or high flex. In the fall, we had many fewer, not just in the fall, in the spring and last fall, many fewer courses that had in-person sessions. We never had a day that would have exceeded more than 400 students on campus at any given time. But with the 400 plus making up about a third of our offerings right now, and we expect that to get closer to 40%, we'll see some days having closer to 2,500, maybe 3,000 students on campus at any given time in the fall. And we're very proud of our zero textbook cost classes programs. Ventura College has one of the largest ZTC programs in the state. Approximately 40% of our courses are zero textbook cost, and we get there by our faculty choosing open educational resources, which are free textbooks. Many of them work with the lending library, and in collaboration with our foundation through their support, and in working very closely with our bookstore, we're able to purchase textbooks for our students. They use them in a semester, return them, and then they can be used again in the lending library. So we're really paying it forward through opportunities like that, and our COVID dollars have helped us support that equity initiative. We've also invested in faculty developing their own content so that their courses can be zero textbook cost. And we've really made an effort to ensure that our gateway classes for students are zero textbook cost. So that our first level, transfer level math and English classes, all of our ESL classes, and some CSU transfer classes that are critical, the oral communication requirement to go to any CSU, and also we're really thrilled about our new ethnic studies courses. They are in American Ethnic Studies and cross-listed in Chicano Studies. 3 of them have been approved by the state, which is more than most colleges throughout the community college system. So they've been approved with that new Area F requirement. And added to that, we're really excited that we have a new department in ethnic studies that started in spring 2021. And we are in the process of hiring our first tenure track ethnic studies / Chicano studies faculty member at Ventura College. In terms of retention as an enrollment strategy, we've been engaging in call campaigns to support students who have been dropped for non-payment, as well as to prevent the drop for non-payment and to help students get on payment plans. We contact students who have had excused withdrawals to see if we can bring them back to campus, share with them that we do have in-person classes, but also learn a little bit about the services and the aid that they may need so that we can provide services for them as they find their way back to school. And we have surveyed students, and through that and our forums received their contact information so that we can connect with them and help support them as they find their way back to school or continue through school with the added supports that we're able to provide. Our Starfish early alert and referral systems are being used more and more by our faculty. We are implementing Program Mapper like Moorpark and Oxnard College to support our guided pathways efforts and to support students working in collaboration with the counselors and developing their educational plans. Through our emergency grants, which we have had for quite some time, we're able to provide additional opportunities. Students may need support in paying rent, in an unexpected medical bill, in utilities, etc. We've had those for a couple of years now, and at Ventura College, we're infusing some COVID dollars to really bolster the emergency grant opportunities for our students. We've had many student forums and surveys that have allowed us to connect with students, learn about their needs directly from them, and adjust some of the services and opportunities that we've had based on that student feedback. We have heavily increased our mental health support and expect that we will be doing this for some time. In fact, I've learned that there's the expectation that there will be COVID-19 PTSD experiences post-COVID, so that new normal will definitely require that we think about mental health for the long run. Also, we are really happy to share that we're reopening our Child Development Center, which is a retention strategy because our students utilize the Child Development Center so that they can be in classes while their children are in the best possible place for them to be learning as well. And then finally, our enrollment strategy of student success and equity is critical to the campus. We've invested in extra small classes to allow for social distancing in areas that really need that in-person learning, like chemistry and math. We're really excited to be engaging in the cultural curriculum audit and revision project. We are prepared to invest in 100 to 150 faculty working their way through the cultural curriculum audit and revision of their own courses, looking at their own success data, disaggregating it, and understanding where they can be more culturally sensitive and culturally responsive, not only in their content, but also in their practices and procedures within a classroom. We have our first cohort finishing up, and we're building in the first few cohorts a team of approximately 24 mentors, so that it's really kind of a train the trainer or peer mentorship opportunity for our faculty to build the cultural curriculum audit for our campus together, and to institutionalize it so that it's not just a 2021 thing, but we're still talking about it in 2031 and beyond. We are engaged in ESL community outreach and research to really rebuild our ESL program. In building ESL relevantly and appropriately for our campus, for our community, we're building our campus by supporting the larger community, and we're excited to get back into that ESL space that I think we haven't really engaged in much over the past few years to the extent that we can and hope to in the future. We'll add September and October start classes, especially as conditions change and we can do more in person. And of course, we'll have outdoor classroom spaces. We've done a lot with our performing arts areas, but we'll have outdoor classroom spaces beyond the performing arts. We're developing an honors program that's grounded in equity so that we can ensure that when our students come to enjoy an honors program that can really help ensure the likelihood that they will get into some of the more prestigious schools, that the honors program is developed for all students and to attract a diverse student body, not just appear to be something for elite students who are likely to succeed anyway. At our East Campus, we're upgrading our classroom technology in all of our classrooms. We've brought our registered vet tech exclusively to the East Campus. In fact, we're already welcoming our second cohort. Our new social work program is being launched out in the East Campus area, and we've converted all the classrooms to have the HyFlex technology, not only for COVID, but well beyond COVID. We're infusing more resources into counseling, tutoring, specialized tutoring, embedded tutoring, financial aid, and registration services that will be available in person and online for our students. Our beach, the student beach, is really our computer lab or computer center where students can do their online classes, do library searches, or just study in a quiet computer space, or they can log into their Zoom classes if they want to with the headsets that we have and the webcams in that space. Our lending library also has invested in resource databases. In fact, we've invested in over $250,000 of databases that allow students to have access to some of the latest resources that they need in their classes, especially for some of the high-tech classes. We, of course, as you all know, have Wi-Fi hotspots that students can borrow. Laptop loaners, Ventura College just purchased 200 more because they've been so popular and so in demand at our campus, and we're really thrilled that we'll be able to have them well beyond COVID. This is something that we've needed for some time. And we have other things that we've invested in. We have a calculator program for students to loan out. And during COVID, we purchased several higher-end microscopes for microbiology. And the list goes on with resources that students could lend, potter's wheels even for our ceramics classes. So we're excited that we will have these things as we work our way through to our new normal through the pandemic, but we'll also have them well beyond that. We've also invested in paid internships for students to support their graduation and employment upon graduation. This past year, it's been impossible for students to do internships. So to resolve that for some who were really studying mostly remotely, we are investing in some paid internships so that we can really help them with that next, maybe final step into their next career goal, because they had the opportunity to do that real internship rather than something virtual during the pandemic. And finally, at Ventura College, we have committed to working with a couple of grant-making agencies so that we can build the Ventura College capacity in areas like STEM the arts, and beyond. We're currently working on a Hispanic Serving Institution STEM grant, and we are also looking at some National Science Foundation grants, as well as others, working with 2 grant-making groups to build the capacity for Ventura College. As many of you know, we're 95 years old, almost 96 years old, and we intend to build the capacity for our campus, our students, and our community for the next 100 years with all of these efforts. Thank you so much for your time.